time.
Michael tells Gene Wolfe the movie mirrors life, though happily not his own.
It's 11 o'clock. It's a little too early for Odeon, but I figure once we're downtown, it'll be happy hunting ground for Sneeze and Squeeze, so let's go. You look beautiful.
Can I ask you one question?
Absolutely.
Do you ever have this nearly overwhelming desire to just spend a quiet evening at home?
No.
I would say that he is what could happen when the potential in all of us is retarded and not allowed to grow.
How did you understand what happens to someone under the influence of drugs, or what happens to someone who's put in that kind of pressure
There
cooker?
is no shortage of people to talk to in this town, you know. And I've been to all the clubs. One doesn't have to throw themselves down a flight of stairs to play, a guy with a broken leg. There are a million clubs that you could go to. And at about 3:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, you can kind of see it in the eyes of people, and you can see what they're doing to themselves.
Was there some notion that by you playing this part, you glamorized drug use?
There's no way that it could be, because it's just not. So in our film especially, I mean, right down to the fact that every time there's drug use, something very tangibly, very visually and obviously bad happens. You cannot, you can link every time with something bad following it.
I left about 150 messages at your office. Then I go to your office this morning and they tell me that as of yesterday, you're no longer employed there.
In a way, you could regard the guy you play in this movie as living exactly the opposite of your life. He has talents that no one wants. You have talents that everybody wants a piece of.
I see myself as someone with a lot of potential, and hopefully those of us who see potential in ourselves have nowhere to go but up. If people deny your potential, and then you start to believe that you have no potential, you just go in the gutter. But you still have all of that energy and all of that ambition that you used to have.
Was it helpful or distracting that you were acting in this film, this very demanding film, with your girlfriend?
It certainly helped to know her as well as I do, so that I could fill in the blanks for myself. But you really don't think about that. The fact that Tracy's my girlfriend was nice. The fact that she's an incredibly gifted actress, who I've been lucky enough to work with before, was better.
What did he tell you about me?
Not much.
Come on.
He said you were a cross between a young F. Scott Fitzhemingway and a later Wittgenstein.
She came in when I was, halfway or towards the end of this film, and I was nuts. I mean, I couldn't tell. I mean, I was out of my mind. It was like, hi, Trey, how you doing? And we'd do the scene, and she'd be great, and I'd say, boy, you were great, and she'd say thanks, and then I'd go and have 14,000 Diet Pepsis, and I'd go for the next scene. So it was really nice, working with my best friend,
To play this part, you have to go through an awful lot of emotional turmoil. Does that emotion come through to you?
You do get stressed. When I was doing Bright Lights, I was in New York, and people would come from Los Angeles to visit me, and I could hear him whispering behind my back, is he okay? Is he all right? He looks terrible. And I just kind of go, yeah, that's good. I'm glad I look terrible. That means I'm doing my job right.
Living the problems of Jamie Conway was emotionally draining for Michael, but an acting challenge he welcomed.
Jamie, you just forgot Mom completely, haven't you?
Don't get righteous with me.
Hey, well, you haven't seen Dad since last Christmas.
Shut up!
Don't tell me to...
Gene Wolfe, Entertainment This Week.